Hello everyone, so in this micro tut we are going to go through how to teleport between levels or between worlds. The first thing we have to do is to make a blueprint for the portal itself. So I've already made a folder for this micro tut with just micro Tut7. So just make a blueprint class, actor, and we'll call this one world portal. In the last tutorial that I made, we made a platform to make a teleport, and this one will make a doorway. So just double click on that, new blueprint, add a component, static mesh, and then we'll name this one the world portal frame. So just find the door frame, there we go. And then we also need to make another static mesh. There we go. And this one, we'll call this one portal. And cube, and then just sort of scale that so it looks like something that we can go into. So that. Until that sort of fits. Oops. Yep, it's pretty good. You can just scale it a little bit like that. And then for this one, maybe I'll put like a water. There you go, so it looks like a bit like a portal. And that water just came from the starter pack. And then we also need to make a trigger, so a box collision, like so, and then just scale that up. Just to give us more trigger. Whoops. There, 15 or so. Looks pretty good. Looks like my portal is a bit too small. And I'll just move that down a little bit. Okay. And then the box trigger, we'll just rename that to portal trigger. Very good. So just compile that, save, and we can exit that, and then we could just put that somewhere in the level. Maybe for this one I will put it at the end of this one, the last. Just put this here. I will just rotate it a little bit so it fits. So as soon as I sort of get out of that doorway, it would lead me to somewhere else. Maybe just a little bit more. Yeah, that looks about right. And then what we also need to do is we need to go back to the world portal blueprint and pretty much set it up. No, actually, before that, we should go to the other world that we want to teleport to. So I've already made another world. I've called it the unknown. So just load that up and just save selected. And basically what you want to do is you want to place this world portal so we can come back to this original level. Taking a while to load. So it's a bit otherworldly. Maybe for this one I will put it here. Rotate a little bit. Right. So, okay. Great. That's fine, and then let's just go back to the original level. So say that's all set up now. A doorway to get out, a doorway to come back in. So back with the blueprint. So just delete all of this. And what we need to do is we need to make variables. And so the first variable we'll make is a something to identify our door with. So we'll name this one door ID, and then we'll choose name, and then just make sure that that instance is editable. And then compile, and then when you go down here in the default value, just make sure that says none. Now what we also need to do is we need to make an enumerator, which basically allows us to select levels for the blueprint. So go back to your content browser, wherever you placed that portal, just save all that. And so in the content browser, just right click once it's finished saving. In blueprints, click on enumeration, and let's just name that maybe level archive enum. We can then put all the levels. You put all the levels you can have in this enumerator for teleporters. Just double click on it. Click new on the right hand side over here. On the display name, type the name of the first level. I think mine is workshop test 1. Workshop test 1. And then make another one, which is the one where you want to go to. And obviously you can keep adding if you have more. Just press save, that's all we need to do, get out of there. So back to the portal blueprint. We need to create a new variable. So back here. And we'll call this one destination. And so in the destination, in the variable type over here, click on that and just look for the enumerator that you've just made. So Ours is level archive new. So there it is. Just double click on that. Just click on that. And then click on instance editable. Press compile. And then if we go back to save all of that, I'm just going to save it here so it doesn't take forever. If you click on the world portal, you can now see that we have options. So one shows it's a door ID and the other one is where it will lead to. And so in this particular door, we can now give it a name. So let's just call this the Harry Potter door. And where will it lead to? So this will go to the unknown. And then what we need to do is then go to the other world, which is minus the unknown. Go there, save. So door ID is basically a reference for you to, where a particular doorway might lead to, or just something for you to refer to it. So click on this, which is still part of my Harry Potter door. Destination will be workshop test 1. So this will lead us back to our original world so that we could return. So I'll just go back to the original world again. So as you can see, as you're making this teleport, you keep teleporting back and forth through the levels. What we also need to do, so if I go back here, is that we need to make what's called a game instance. And from the way I understand game instance is that it's basically persistent across the whole entire game, and it allows you to save simultaneously across levels. It's sort of like a luggage of information while you're traveling across levels, maps, or worlds. So go back to the folder and just right click on it and select blueprint, blueprints, and select blueprint. I remember now. Oh, over here actually, I think it's blueprints. Over here on all classes, just type game instance. There it is. Game instance. Select. And then we'll call this one game instance 1. And then just open this. And then what we need to do is we need to make a variable. And let's call this one .id. And then change this one to name. And that's all. That's all you need to do. We compile and close that. And then back to the main view. Main game view, go to edit, project settings, go down to game instance class, I think. Game instance class. I can't actually remember where it is, so let's just type on the details and type game instance class. Oh, it's actually under projects, maps and modes. And if you go down, game instance class, just click on the one that we've just made, which is game instance 1. And that's it. Get out of there. Now we need to then save all of that. We need to go back to the world portal, blueprint, select the portal trigger, and if you go down to your right, like the other micro chutes, click on component begin overlap. And then we need to make a game instance node. So right click, game instance, like so. drag this out and make a cast to game instance 1, and then connect, we can overlap with that memory. Hope that works. And then from the game instance, I think it's as game instance, we need to drag a door ID, but the variable, and then just click on set door ID. Now what we need to do is we need to drag door ID, select get door ID, and connect it back to the door, like so. Now we need to open the level. So from the set node, drag and make a node, which I think is open level. Yep, open level. So we need to drag the destination, I think. We need to drag this in, and I think it's get destination. Destination, and then from here I think we need to connect the enumerator. So we need to connect a enumerator to string. Yes, it is, and then from there connect to string to name. Yep. And then connect this one to the open level node. So something like this, a little bit messy. And then with the level name, select. Oops, sorry. So I think that should be it, actually. Compile. Just with this one, I can't seem to get that level name out, so I'm just gonna make a new one. Open level. Make sure you type the level that you are going to go to. And I'll just put this here, and this one here, and maybe just delete this one. There. I don't think you actually need to. Yeah, you don't need to. Just compile, save, and hopefully that works. So let me now minimize this. And if we try it out, maybe let's try it from over here, so we can see all the things we've made so far. So we teleport in, we get over here, we press E for the lift, we go through the automatic sliders, and then when we go inside, it didn't work. So that one didn't work, so let's just check the world portal. So make sure that's connected. I think it's because I have no idea why this became all funny names. This should be called portal trigger, and that should be attached to the portal. So just compile that and save. So hopefully now, if we press play, thanks for that. If we go up the lift, press through that. And if we go to the door, There we go. Welcome to the unknown. And then if we go through the other Harry Potter door, it leads us back to the other side. Now what you've noticed is that when you teleport to another level, it doesn't actually take you next to the door. One way to fix that is that if you go to our level, let's see if I go to the unknown, you could basically move the player start, so that's where you pretty much start when you teleport to the levels. At the moment it's all the way over here, so what we could do is we could basically just move that so it sort of goes near the door, like so, so make sure the arrow is facing the right way, like so. That's correct. Now, obviously this will impact if you have more than one portal. For example, in workshop test 1, we probably don't always want to go back to this, so the player start won't always be there. There's all these other options to fix your blueprint, but I think for what we need in terms of our worlds at the moment, I think that's more than enough. So if I got to put it on camera. Anyway, if we try that one more time, go up, and then if we go to this, there I am. I'm pretty much near the door. And that's it. That's teleporting between levels. Good luck.